All it does is bark. Oh, is it barking right now? Yes. Did I leave the window open on accident? Yes. Am I too lazy to get up and close it? Yes. Okay. Welcome back to Dramatic Evaluation. In this video, I'm going to be doing my monthly what I've been watching for the month of July 2026. This was a good month for movies. I watched a ton of really good, enjoyable movies that I would recommend in this month, and barely watched any shows. So let's get right into it. Okay, we'll start off with Backrooms. I watched this in the theater, and this was a movie I was anticipating. By the way, I talked about this and another movie I'll get to in a second, Obsession, in a recent video where I compare the two, which one was better. These two really hyped movies of the summer, I guess, and are just absolutely blew up. So I'll link that video at the end of this if you guys want to check that out. So I won't go into too much detail about Backrooms or Obsession here, but I really was anticipating this from the YouTube videos. I really liked those back when I saw them. They were really interesting and unique and cool. And the first half of the movie, they kind of did that kind of thing, and it was great. And then the second half of the movie kind of fell apart and did some weird stuff that kind of lost me, and I just wish they did it a little bit differently at the end there. But it was still a decent movie, so I'm not complaining too much about that one. And then I guess I'll just mention Obsession here too, since like I said, I compared the two in that video that I'm going to link at the end of this. Great movie. Awesome horror movie. Just a good concept, good execution, straightforward, straight ahead. Yeah, there's like a supernatural, whatever you want to call it, element because of the wish. But other than that, it's just kind of a straightforward story. There's not a bunch of crazy, weird, fantastical things going on, and that's the type of thing I like. And they did a great job. There's a great ending. It was good, man. I really enjoyed that movie. Avatar: Fire and Ash, longest movie of all time. I just don't understand why so many movies keep coming out that are like 3 hours. It keeps happening. The Odyssey right now. Like, how can people sit in the theater for 3 hours, dude? Like, it's just too long. I'm sorry, it's too long to be engaged. Everyone's watching 30-second, not even 30, like 6-second TikToks. You know what I mean? People can't focus for 3 hours. Not to mention pee, man. I gotta pee, bro. I gotta pee. I can't sit there for 3 hours and not have to get up and pee, and I don't want to get up and miss part of a movie. So I just don't see movies like that in the theater. Like, it's too long. It's too long. Anyway, good movie. Like, I feel like Avatar 2 and 3 so far are like very much connected, direct continuation of each other, and almost have nothing to do with the first movie. It's like they did the first movie, and then it's like, okay, cool. We'll take a couple characters in the world, and then we're gonna do this thing going forward. And I like it, man. I liked the second one. I really enjoyed this third one, and obviously it's set up to make more. And I'll check them out. They're fun, entertaining, good action movies, and I enjoyed it. Ready or Not 2, Here I Come. Love Ready or Not. It is up there for me in like top kind of horror movies, thriller movies. The vibe of comedy that they have in there. This was very much more of the same. I don't know that it was really needed. The first one was so good. It's kind of a stretch to create what the second one's going to be. It makes sense, and the story's fine when you watch it, but I don't know. It certainly wasn't bad, but it was not as good as the original movie. So I don't know. But that being said, it still was a fun, enjoyable movie. I love Samara Weaving. I like the girl who plays her sister in the movie, and I've seen her in a million things. She's kind of blown up a bit, but I don't know her name, and I'm too lazy to look it up, so don't worry about that. Dirty Dancing, I never saw this movie, weirdly, so I went ahead and checked it out, and man, this was a great movie. This is a classic movie. I know it's kind of crazy. I've never seen this one after all these years, but I am glad I watched it because it was good. I'm going to murder my neighbor's dog. Murder it. I'm going to murder it. All it does is bark. Oh, is it barking right now? Yes. Did I leave the window open on accident? Yes. Am I too lazy to get up and close it? Yes. Okay. But yeah, Dirty Dancing, great movie. I very much enjoyed it. Project Hail Mary, hyped, you would think, on this run of talking about these movies that I watched, and there's many more to still get to that I enjoyed in the month of July. That, of course, this is on there. Everyone loved this movie. Didn't care for it, dude. This is probably the one of the like 2 or 3 maybe clunkers in the, not clunkers, but there's definitely worse ones that I'm going to get to, but I didn't hate this movie. It wasn't bad, but I don't get the hype. It's basically just like a love story or like buddy story of a guy and this like rock alien that he finds, and don't understand why you needed that to be 3 hours to just tell that very minimal story. So yeah, I don't know, man. This was not that entertaining, not that fun or good and enjoyable to watch. Definitely had to watch it in like chunks because A, it's 3 hours, and B, it just wasn't very fun or engaging and entertaining. So I don't know, man. I don't know why that movie was so hyped up. It was whatever. Bullet Train. This is a little bit of an older movie, but I finally watched it. I loved this movie. Like the like Japanese aesthetic, the comedic aspects of it. The cast was incredibly good. Like all the actors, all the cast was great. This was a really fun, really entertaining, kind of fast-paced action comedy movie that was just a real fun watch. I definitely recommend that one. Descendants, Wicked Wonderland. You know I watched that. That's what I do. I watch musical movies. I don't care if I'm an old man and that's a Disney movie meant for little girls. You know, they put some good music in there sometimes, and this one had a few good songs. I guess I don't know. It was whatever. It's what you would expect from this type of like Disney movie. And you know, not the greatest musical movie. There are probably better ones even in the Descendants franchise. I don't know, but it was fine. It was whatever. Exit 8. So this was a movie. It's based on a game where you kind of are in this continuous loop in like subway tunnels, I guess. I don't know much about the game, so I know that the movie was based on the game, and just judging from the movie, I'm assuming the game was in the subway also. But in the movie, they're in the subways, and he's like going around and like trying to find the exit, and it's like he's just stuck in this loop, and it's like, what is going on? How do I get out of here? And he's got to figure out how to. If he finds something out of the ordinary, he's got to turn back, and then that lets him advance to the next stage until he gets to stage 8, and then he can leave. If he doesn't find anything off, then he keeps going, and so it's kind of having to like figure that out, and then other elements pop in. It was good, like considering what that is, like a movie where he's just in this continuous loop in a hallway, basically. You're like, how much can you do with a movie like that? So I think they do a good job of figuring out what to do with that, and having enough stuff happen to make an entertaining movie, you know? Good luck, have fun, don't die. Awesome movie. I very much enjoyed this movie. Very fun. Comedy, kind of thriller type of movie. A guy shows up from the future and is like, hey, I need a few of you people to come with me to save the world, basically. And they're like, don't believe him. And it's like, what the heck? And then you kind of don't know as the audience, like, what's going on. It was really good. It was really a very entertaining movie, very fun, funny. They do a good job with the action stuff and the comedy, balancing everything together. Sam Rockwell, he's awesome. Others in the cast, very solid actors. Zazie Beetz is in there. I loved it, man. I thought this movie was really good. I definitely recommend that one. Stepfather with Taye Diggs. So there's a bunch of Stepfather movies. There was like 2 with the guy who plays John Locke in Lost. There was one, like a remake or something years later. Penn Badgley from You is in it. He's not the stepfather, though. And then, so I was like, oh, yeah, I'll check this out. I like Taye Diggs. I watched the show All American. Like, he's good in that. Dude. Wow, man. Like, when people talk about a B movie, nope. This isn't a B movie. This ain't a C movie. This is a Z movie, dude. Like, whoever made this movie, the director and the people, like, this is... I could make a better movie, period. And I know nothing about making movies. This was so bad. The quality, everything, the acting, everything was so bad. And so I'm watching this, I'm like, wow, at least when Taye Diggs shows up, it'll be okay. Dude, he's like playing a character who's like messed up in the head. He's like acting like a little kid and like reverting back to childhood. And so he's like doing this little kid voice. He's, no, mommy! And like, it is cringe, dude. It is so bad, and I feel so embarrassed for Taye Diggs, where I'm like, bro, you're not a bad actor. Why are you doing this movie, and why are you so bad in it? Like, everyone is so bad. It is the worst, one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life. I couldn't believe it. I rated this a 3.2 out of 10, by the way. So astonishingly bad. I can't even believe it. It was a Tubi original movie, so maybe that's not good for you. I thought Tubi was on the rise and people were liking Tubi and stuff. Maybe they need to check themselves with their original content that they're making. I don't know, man. This was bad. Over Your Dead Body, loved this. Just did a video about this movie last week. I won't link it because I'm going to link the Backrooms one, but check that out. It is a great movie, very solid balance of comedy and action, horror-ish, thriller kind of vibes, and it's a great balance of that, and just a very engaging, entertaining, fun movie all the way through. I had a great time with this movie. I highly recommend this. It was just a really fun movie to watch. And the last movie I'll talk about is The Dink. This is a former tennis player turning over to pickleball kind of movie, kind of classic sports movie storyline, and it was funny. It's written by Sean Clements, who's hilarious. I know him from like podcasts and stuff. And then it's Jake Johnson is the star, and he's hilarious in everything I've seen him in. So for those reasons, I watched it. It was good. It isn't, it's just kind of a mid-level comedy, I would say. It's not over the top, super funny all the way throughout, but there are good jokes and good moments that made me laugh throughout it. And it's kind of an average, like, wasn't bad, wasn't good. It was funny enough. It's on Apple TV if you want to check that one out. Okay, and then real quick, we'll do shows. There were not very many shows I got to in July, but I did watch season 2 of Monarch, Legacy of Monsters. That's a good show. If you like any of the Godzilla, King Kong stuff they've been doing recently, it ties into that, like Skull Island, I think. Kong Skull Island, where John Goodman is in that one. It's linked to that movie in that universe, and I thought it was fun, man. They do a great job of like having every episode have like stakes and fun like adventure or like action kind of vibe, but they also like have a continuing story, so it's not just like adventure of the week type of thing, which I hate. And yeah, I enjoyed that season. I enjoyed season 1. I think that's a good show. So I think that's definitely worth checking out if you like that kind of stuff. The Terror, Devil in Silver. I didn't really like this. I didn't watch apparently there's like 2 seasons before this of The Terror that's like an anthology show. I never watched those, but I watched this one because Dan Stevens is in it. And I like him a lot. He's a good actor. This was pretty disappointing, dude. It was just your absolute classic run-of-the-mill guy gets wrongfully or whatever you want to say, like just put into a mental institution, and so then you see the other weirdos that are in there and how they're like every movie or show you've ever seen with a mental institution and a guy who gets put into it and is like, what the heck, I don't belong here, I need to get out of here. It's the same thing. And they did nothing unique or cool or good about it. It wasn't very entertaining or good. It was pretty slow and boring in a lot of stretches, and it was just a bummer. I was really hoping for more from this one, and it just was not very good. And then Margo's Got Money Troubles on Apple TV. This was a great show. Highly recommend this. I was hesitant to watch this at first because I wasn't really sure what it was going to be about or like if it was going to be for me. I was like, like drama, maybe comedy drama. Doesn't really, from the looks of it, it was kind of like whatever. But basically, this girl, Elle Fanning, awesome actor, by the way, gets in a situation where she has a baby, younger, unplanned, younger than she was expecting to, has to drop out of school, and then she needs money to kind of support her life. Nick Offerman is her estranged father who kind of comes back into the mix. He's great. Michelle Pfeiffer is her mom. She is... I guess I didn't realize how good Michelle Pfeiffer is when I'm watching this. Like, yes, Elle Fanning dominates and is so good, but like watching the subtlety and precision and excellence of Michelle Pfeiffer in this show, like blew my mind. I thoroughly enjoyed like every moment she was on screen. She made this show, in my opinion. Like, she was awesome. All of the actors, awesome performances. It was a great story, good funny stuff, like funny comedic stuff in there, but like good drama, and just a well put together story and execution of the acting and everything. Like it was solid, man. This exceeded my expectations. I highly recommend that show for sure. So that's going to do it for what I've been watching in the month of July 2026. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and please leave a comment. Let me know if you saw any of these movies or shows, what you thought about them. And if you have any suggestions for stuff for me to watch in the future, stay tuned. Until next time,